I'm Lisa Turlington, and I'm here with Britt Honeycutt, who teaches English here at Sampson Community College. We're going to take a look into her classroom and a bit today, but first of all, I want to give our viewers a chance to get to know you, Britt. So why don't you start by telling us a little about your history here at Sampson Community College and teaching in general, and some of the classes you teach.
Okay. I've been here at Sampson for about 8 years. I started teaching developmental English and moved into the college transfer courses where I teach English 111, which is our freshman composition class. I teach the second level of that course, English 112, and also American Literature, American 1 and American 2.
Mm-hmm. Great. So having been here for 8 years, have you seen the role of the community college change in what that you're teaching and what you're expected to, how you're preparing them?
I've actually seen the student, him or herself, change a little bit in that time period. Mm-hmm. With the economic downturn, we saw a lot more students who typically may not have chosen the community college as their first choice coming to us for financial concerns. Mm-hmm. So those students, I think, have started to make a wise choice in picking to spend 2 years here instead of going straight mm-hmm. towards for the 4-year institution, not only because it saves money, but because it's a good investment in terms of the quality of the education you receive. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of times at 4-year schools, you're going to be have a TA for your English classes, a teaching assistant, and not necessarily someone whose focus is on the student and on teaching mm-hmm.
as
a career. And I think that's a big difference between us and a 4-year institution. Right. You really get a high quality of education for the price.
Mm-hmm. And I know that some people might not be ready to go away, especially at 18 years. It gives them a chance for some personal growth too.
Right.
And having, like you said, people who are really interested in them.
And our smaller size makes a big difference in that. You really get some one-on-one personal attention from mm-hmm. your instructors here. They get to know you and mm-hmm. your strengths and your weaknesses and help you with whatever you need. We're always available for students.
Yeah. Now, are you seeing anything different in what the universities are expecting in their transfer students, and any changes that you've noticed, and what are some of those priorities?
I think there's been a bigger focus in recent years on information literacy, and that is making sure that students are able to filter through all the information that's available to us in our modern world and find the stuff that's legitimate. Mm-hmm. And we try to focus on that a lot in our English classes, especially with research, on finding good research and knowing what makes mm-hmm. research good or not.
And it's hard to decipher it sometimes.
It is. Mm-hmm. And that's something a skill that we try to practice here.
Mm-hmm. What about writing? It seems like you have to have that in everything.
Yeah, mm-hmm. writing is always a big focus, and that's not going to go away. Mm-hmm. Even with all the technology that we have, you have more opportunities to communicate, which means that your writing becomes even more important mm-hmm. as everything progresses.
And there's so many shortcuts, and being a slacker, and just trying to text and using poor grammar, it could become a habit.
Yeah.
If you're not really careful there.
That's a slippery slope.
Well, what are some of the challenges that you see your students facing, maybe some of the barriers to being able to get an education?
One of the big ones is underpreparedness, and we see that at all different levels from different types of students, whether they're not just the young ones who've just recently graduated, but returning students. And one way that we really try to address that is by offering extra resources and tools for students who may need them. Our writing lab, our study center, our tutors that are available to help, and our computer labs that are staffed with people who can help people who don't quite have computer skills that are ready for college just yet. We try to address all of those underprepared
You'll all have
issues.
Office hours too.
Oh, yeah.
The instructors
we're always available anytime a student needs us. And another barrier that I see is obviously financial. We've had lots of recent changes to our Pell Grant system, which leaves fewer people qualified for assistance, and that's where I think another resource that we have with the foundation comes into play, that they can apply for scholarships through the foundation and receive some of that assistance.
And we do try to help some of the students who maybe don't qualify for federal aid, but they do need some help, and it does make a difference in their lives. So that's a good point. But well, tell us what you find most challenging about teaching here at Sampson Community College.
The challenges are myriad, but the rewards are really big. One of my favorite things is to see students come back from a semester or a year spent at a 4-year institution and talk about what they're doing and where they're going with their lives, the things that they're studying. That's a great feeling, and knowing that I had a part in that what they're doing is in a small way directly relevant to what they learned in my classroom. So I find that connection to be extremely rewarding.
It is fun when they pass back through and tell you what's going on, so I appreciate that. Well, we are looking forward to visiting your class today. And tell us what you're going to be talking about.
We're talking about Washington Irving.
Oh, wow, I can't wait. So,
Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Well, thank you for talking with me today, and we look forward to being in your classroom.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Lisa Turlington, the Executive Director of the Sampson Community College Foundation, and we're continuing our series, A Peek in the Classroom, by visiting with Britt Honeycutt, one of our English teachers here at the college, and her English class today. So come on in and let's check it out. And here we are in English class with Britt Honeycutt, and we're going to talk with some of her students. So how about you, Ashton? Stand up and introduce yourself, and tell us a little bit about your plans.
Okay. Hello, my name is Ashton, and I'm a pre-nursing student, and I really enjoy Miss Honeycutt's class.
Yes. Do you ever find her boring?
No, never.
I would think so. So here we go. Let's move along. Jamal Fryer, tell us what you think of this English class and what you're trying to get out of your studies here.
I love this English class. It's full of challenges, but I'm getting through it. My plans is to graduate a social art degree and major in accounting to either UNC Charlotte or North Carolina State University.
Good. So you feel like you're getting a good base here at Sampson Community College. Great. Very good. So how about this young lady here? You want to stand up and tell us your name?
Hi, I'm Karen Neri, and I am in the transfer program. I want to transfer to Mount Olive and major in psychology.
Very good.
I really enjoy Miss Honeycutt's class.
Okay, great. Okay, let's walk over here. I know this young lady is enjoying what they're reading right now, so tell us a little bit about what you're studying. You want to stand up and introduce yourself?
I'm Brittany Price, and I'm a student at the early college, and I'm want to go in the technology field once I graduate from here. And I think Miss Honeycutt is one of my favorite teachers because she's just very fun. She makes the course very understandable, and I just love being in her class.
Great. That's a good endorsement. How about you, Kylie? You want to tell us what you're reading now?
Washington Irving.
And how do you like it?
He's an interesting guy.
Very good. All right. You knew I was going to ask you a question, didn't you? Yeah. So what do you think of this English class?
It's pretty hard, but Miss Honeycutt makes it interesting. So besides all the writing papers and everything else is pretty good.
I know about writing papers. And tell me your name again?
Joe Oates.
All righty, very good. And I hope you've enjoyed visiting in Britt Honeycutt's classroom. And if you're interested in learning more about the classes here at Sampson Community College or about the foundation and some of the scholarship opportunities, you can visit us at sampsoncc.edu.